Hey guys, this is Taju22. Before I start my first match, I'm just gonna talk about, there was one other thing I wanted to mention, and that's the titles, or the championships that you can win in this game. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the lowest to the, how do I put it? From the lowest championship to the highest honor of the championships. And the first one is the $1 Million Championship. I suppose you can say it's, you win the championship, you own $1 million home or something like that. And then every time you defend the title, you win $5,000. Well, actually, that's not really true. The $1 Million Championship is just a championship with, a championship that costed $1 million to make, which is what it simply is. Okay. Then there's the WWE Tag Team Championships. Self-explanatory. It's the tag team titles. And we have another set of tag team titles, the World Tag Team Championships. They're both, separate yet equal titles. This one, I believe, the one that's locked is the WCW Championship, named after, the original promotion, World Championship Wrestling. It officially began in 1991 and continued until 2001, when it was, when it went out of business, when it filed for bankruptcy, and WWE, then known as WWF at the time, the World Wrestling Federation, bought out World Championship Wrestling, and this, of course, the one that's locked is actually the championship, the heavyweight title, if you will. So as for this one, here's the Hardcore Championship. Basically, it's a title defended 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and it can be defended in any method as long as it involves weapons. And it can be defended against anyone, so there you go. Except women, for obvious reasons. The ECW Championship, named after the original promotion of Extreme Championship Wrestling, also went out of business in 2001, in which it was bought by Vince McMahon and the WWF, when WWE was once WWF. Okay, the Cruiserweight Championship. It's basically a championship contended for those with a weight limit of, or a weight it has a weight maximum of 215 pounds. So if you weigh that much or less, you can challenge for this championship, and its roots go all the way back to when it was a part of WCW, World Championship Wrestling. And it's a special little title, I will say that. And then we have the Unified WWE Tag Team Championships. It's basically the bottom two tag titles. Although in this game, these particular titles, the WWE Tag Team Championship and the World Tag Team Championships, are separate yet equal. But these are the best of the best. But right here, this is the major leagues. These are the major league titles, if you will. And speaking of that, that's exactly what they are. The Unified Tag Team Championships are the major league titles of this game, while anything else in the bottom is just a minor league. Is kind of minor league worthy, if anything. Okay. These are like AAA, and this is like, the major leagues. So just remember that. Okay, here's the Intercontinental Championship. It is one of two of WWE's second most prestigious championships, founded in 1979 when it was first won by Pat Patterson, and I believe as of right now Wade Barrett is the champion. Although this game was made before he came, so you're not going to see him in this game. So yeah, second most prestigious title, as is the United States Championship, the other title. Its lineage goes all the way back to when it was a part of WCW, and even further than that, when it was a part of the National Wrestling Alliance, the NWA. And the first champion, I believe, was Harley Race back in '76. So that title goes all the way back. The World Heavyweight Champion, one of two of WWE's most prestigious titles. This particular championship, its lineage goes all the way back to when it was a part of the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance. It's the oldest championship that has been handed down from the NWA to WCW and now WWE. Although the National Wrestling Alliance has since created another a championship, another belt with a different design, but this particular physical design, its lineage goes all the way back to when it was a part of the National Wrestling Alliance as well as WCW. Okay, and finally, the WWE Championship title. Although this belt design has been around since 2005, its lineage goes all the way back to when the WWE, back when it was known as Worldwide Wrestling Federation, broke away from the NWA. Because back in the day, NWA, was a governing body of, regional promotions and hang on a second. Before I was interrupted, its title goes all the way back to 1962, the year they broke away from the National Wrestling Alliance. Buddy Rogers was the first championship, Buddy Rogers was the first champion. However, the man who holds the record for holding this particular championship the longest, by 8 years, Bruno Sammartino. And of course, we've had different we've had different wrestlers win this championship over the years, and currently is in the possession of Mike the Miz Mizanin. So yeah, despite what you see, the name underneath the name of the championship is the person that's actually holding it. So you're going to actually see those guys in action in just a few moments. So stay tuned for the first match. Alright, see ya.